How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. Luol Deng just recently announced he'll retire as a member of the Chicago Bulls, where he was one of the most underrated and underappreciated players of his generation. Before we start this video, if any of you guys are located in the New York City area, next Wednesday, October 23rd, I'll be doing a live Q&A session on my NBA YouTube experience. So if any of you want to swing by, the event's located at Cornell Tech, the closest subway station, the F train, get off on Roosevelt Island. Food and beverages will be provided. I hope to see some of you there. So if you guys have any more questions, the link's on the description below. Now on to the video. Deng was one of the most premier defenders in the league, combined with his versatility and work ethic, an all-star player in his prime years, but fell off heavily after 2016. Many people forget over the last couple years he was still in the NBA and had no idea what happened to him after he got his fat contract with the Lakers. After being selected 7th overall by the Phoenix Suns in the 2005 draft, the 6'8" forward drew many comparisons to Grant Hill, a versatile 3 who can play up to 4 positions with a solid mid-range jumper, excellent instincts, and a solid passer. Was immediately traded to the Bulls. From Sudan, Deng played his college ball with Duke for a year, was 19 years old coming into the league and a contributor right away for a franchise who was a laughingstock after Jordan retired in '98 from 23 wins the season before and the retirement of Scottie Pippen. The franchise was looking like an absolute travesty. Starting his career 0-9, the team was up and coming. Deng fit right alongside rookie Ben Gordon, who became the 6th man. Both were selected to the all-rookie first team. As the chemistry started to flow, Chicago won 13 of 16 in January, 9th straight between March and April, was hungry, finished 47 and 35 overall, making their first playoff berth since '98. The team lost to Washington in the first round, and Deng was already one of the team's best players. After going 500 the season after, with no clear-cut best player, the lineup featured Kurt Heinrich, Ben Gordon, Deng, Andres Noncioni, and Tyson Chandler. Deng averaged over 14 points, 6.5 boards, took the eventual champion Heat to 6 games in the first round as the 7th seed. By year 3, Deng played like an all-star caliber player and earned recognition as one of the best young small forwards in the game. Him alongside Ben Gordon and feisty point guard Kurt Heinrich were emerging into one of the best backcourts. The team won 49 games. Gordon averaged 21.4 points, Deng put up 18.8 points, over 7 rebounds on 52% shooting. The team's defense also became elite due to the signing of Ben Wallace and had revenge in the first round, absolutely owning and demolishing the defending champion Heat in a shocking sweep. Deng also outplayed the finals MVP D-Wade and was the best player in that series, averaged 26.3 points, 9 rebounds, almost 2 steals on 58% shooting compared to Wade's 23.5 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists on 43% shooting, but fell to the hands of the Detroit Pistons in the semis, a team coming off 4 straight conference finals appearances. Deng balled out, averaged 19.5 points, 8.5 rebounds in the series against Detroit. Aside from him, Gordon and Heinrich, everybody else struggled offensively. Tyrese Thomas was a disaster of a bust, and the team had no inside scoring whatsoever. Deng did, however, win the NBA Sportsmanship Award, voted by the players who best exemplifies ethical behavior, fair play, and integrity on the court. Also did a lot of great work off the court. Missed 19 games his 4th season, averaged 17 and 6. His Bulls missed the playoffs. Afterwards, he agreed to a 6-year, $71 million extension. The team, however, ended up getting the #1 pick, selecting Derrick Rose. Deng was once again limited by injuries, only played 49 games in the 09 season, couldn't suit up for the playoffs. The team did not resign Ben Gordon afterwards, and second-year sensation Rose became the franchise player. Deng was the second option, but the team struggled under Vinny Del Negro, going 500, losing in the first round, and Tom Thibodeau was named the head coach, whose defensive brilliance changed the culture of the franchise. The team was missing a low post scorer all these years and was able to land Carlos Boozer from the Jazz. The team's toughness allowed one of the fewest points in the league. Deng was snubbed for all defensive team, often getting the assignments in the East when guarding the other team's best players like LeBron, Paul Pierce, and Richard Hamilton. Also made all the hustle plays that didn't show up in the box score, played all 82 games and was still only 25 years old. No one made defensive second team. Ronnie Brewer and Taj Gibson brought energy off the bench, and Rose became the youngest MVP. The team team won 62 games but was no match for Miami, falling in 5 games in the conference finals since Carlos Boozer was an absolute travesty in the playoffs. Averaged just 12.6 points, was not a reliable second scoring option, often replaced in the lineup by Taj Gibson. In 2012, Deng was officially named an All-Star for the first time in his career, joining teammate Derrick Rose, and was named to second team All-Defense. Since Rose missed 27 games, Tibbs put a heavy load on Deng, playing him 39.4 minutes the whole season, a league high. After Rose tore his ACL, Deng once again led the team in minutes played at 38.7 in 2013. Him and Joakim Noah both made the All-Star team that year, going 45 and 37 overall without Rose. Kurt Heinrich and Nate Robinson filled in at the point, and sophomore Jimmy Butler was getting recognition for his defense. After 9 grueling seasons, 3 seasons under Tibbs, the 6'8" forward had a few injuries, never complained. His hard work and wear and tear in his body came back to haunt him. Deng was diagnosed with meningitis, would get a spinal tap, a huge mistake where he was not only misdiagnosed, lost 15 pounds in just a few days, got the spinal fluid leak, which causes headache, loss of appetite, and pain throughout his body for months, was not allowed to play after 5 games into the first round, and not only that, his life was in serious danger. As it turned out, Deng didn't even have meningitis in the first place, but just a flu. The procedure caused the spinal fluid to leak from his body, a huge mistake by the Bulls medical staff. His team ended up losing to Miami in 5 games in the semis where they desperately needed him. In respect to his toughness, Deng wanted to play, but the Bulls medical staff simply did not allow him. The following season, he averaged 19 a game with the Bulls in 23 games. They traded him to Cleveland in January since he was going to be a free agent. The Bulls didn't want to pay him the big bucks, so he took his talents to South Beach afterwards, had 2 stellar seasons, averaged over 13 and 5 at 29 and 30 years old, helped the team make the playoffs in 2016. But sadly, that would be the end of Deng's NBA career playing at a high level because of his effort, heart, and grit, playing extremely hard on both ends of the floor during his 9.5 seasons with the Bulls. The Lakers shockingly gave him a 4-year, whopping $72 million deal in summer 2016, which is one of the worst contracts in NBA history. Getting criticized for all the wrong reasons with the money, at the end of the day, he highly deserves his respect. All his teammates with the Bulls loved him, he never complained, and just competed as a true professional. Brought a lot of joy for the struggling franchise looking for their identity after the post-Michael Jordan era. Deng was one of the main pieces that got the Bulls back to relevancy. Went on to play 79 total games after the absurd contract, was no longer his former self, and finally, at 34 years old, after 15 seasons in the National Basketball Association, Luol Deng will retire as a member of the Chicago Bulls. The team will honor him at a game to be determined later this season. One of the most underrated and underappreciated players of his generation, a career 14.8 point scorer, arguably a top 3 player in his draft class alongside Dwight Howard and Andre Iguodala. His leadership and contributions off the court makes him one of the most lovable and respectable players of the game. Made over $150 million in his career, the 5th highest paid small forward in NBA history. No doubt he will continue to be very successful after retirement. Been investing on hotels, resorts, condos, and apartment buildings worth $125 million. His wealth of real estate will continue to grow. And Deng's not done making NBA money just yet. Because the Lakers bought him out, Deng will be making nearly $5 million a year for the next 3 seasons. Will be on the books till the 2021-2022 season. Not a bad way to end a very good NBA career. Thank you so much for watching this video. What are some Luol Deng memories that you guys will always remember? Let me know in the comments below. I talk NBA comparisons, amazing storylines, NBA history, and anything basketball that will interest you. If you love the NBA, subscribe for more content, more great stuff coming soon. I love all of you. See you next time.